for Wonder Woman movie. Unbelievable. Wonder Woman turns 75 this year. Yes. And she's looking incredible. 75 is the new 25. Here to tell us a little more about the new Wonder Woman. Let's get her back here, the movie's director, Patty Jenkins. Patty! Hi, Patty!
Again.
You can take over the podium now, and I step aside gracefully.
Hi, everybody.
What the?
I'll use this.
Don't use that, Mike. It's a piece of shit.
All right. Hi, you guys. Oh my God. I think the funniest thing about making a movie like this is when you come into it, you're talking to everybody about Wonder Woman, big ideas, big things, and then it slowly whittles its way smaller and smaller until you're sitting in an editing room by yourself with Wonder Woman and your love of Wonder Woman, and that's where I am right now. So to come back out and be like, oh my God, it's Wonder Woman, and other people who love Wonder Woman, it's awesome. So it's super nice to be here. I'm super excited you're all here. I want to bring out, this was one of those incredible experiences where, like, we have such an awesome cast overall, but the three people who are here today are so near and dear to my heart. Incredible cast members. And they also really just happen to be, they brought such beautiful spirit, their true spirit to the characters they play. The first one being we needed someone fit to be a queen, someone who was worthy enough to be the mother of Wonder Woman, noble, strong, beautiful, but fierce when she needs to. She impressed me more every day that we shot. I want to bring out Connie Nielsen. The next person is somebody who was actually one of the hardest and scariest casting I've ever done in my life, because I never wanted to cast a sidekick to Wonder Woman. I wanted somebody unbelievable to be by Wonder Woman's side, somebody strong, powerful, brave, cool as hell, a real counterpart, and somebody who you would actually easily, who's also the kind of guy who's so funny and cool that he would never be emasculated by Wonder Woman. He's the one by her side. That's pretty awesome. And he's the greatest human being and one of the greatest actors I've ever worked with. My dear friend, Chris Pine. The most incredible thing to me in the world was coming onto this movie and being very picky about casting myself and having, like, who could play Wonder Woman? Well, let me tell you something. I cannot wait for the world. You already love her, but I cannot wait for the world to love her as dearly and passionately as everyone that made this movie does. Because let me tell you what, she is Wonder Woman. Not just on the screen, which she's amazing, but as a person. She is the kindest, strongest, smartest, most capable and badass human being. Comes from the best place all the time. We all stood in parkas as she ran into the sub 40 degree weather. It was like, that's okay guys, is this the right thing? Let's do it then, man, I'm gonna do it. She's amazing and one of my favorite people in the whole world, my dear friend Gal Gadot.
Up behind you. court ordered to stay 15 feet away from Gal at all times. It's sad but true. I was told before we get started you had something that you wanted to share with us.
So such an exciting day. Listen, we've been all toiling away at Wonder Woman for all of these years, actually. You all are going to be the first audience ever in history to see the world premiere of our first trailer.
I will go on record and say that is a movie I will watch 3 times. That looked amazing. That was incredible. Val, let's start with you. You are embodying the character. You are doing it so brilliantly. Tell us about the experience of taking on this role of Wonder Woman.
Just a second, I need to get some oxygen to my brain. First of all, thank you all for coming here today and sharing your love and your support to this character. Thank you so much. It's not to be taken for granted. Now for your question.
I forgot it. Good God. You're taking on the role of Wonder Woman, and you're doing it perfectly, in all of our opinion. What is involved when you take on this role of being Wonder Woman? Would that feel like a great responsibility to you?
First of all, it's an honor and it's a privilege, to be given the opportunity of portraying this character. Wonder Woman has the heart of a human and the strength of a goddess, and the combination between the two is very, very powerful. I remember before we started shooting the movie, I watched a documentary movie about the real Princess Diana, where she said that she leads from her heart and not from her head. And I think that this quote describes our Diana best. I'm sorry, I'm shaking, my voice is shaking, everything is out of control. I'm dancing samba from within, so I'm sorry. Yes, knowing how many people care so much for this character, I do feel the responsibility, and for me as an actress, it was important to portray this character in a way that everyone can relate to.
Patty, can you tell us why Wonder Woman is such an important hero for right now, these times?
Yeah, it's actually funny. It's not funny at all, but the way news has been going, and it's so hard to be making like a movie and paying attention to other things when these horrible things are happening in the world. But honestly, it's one of the reasons that it's something we all believed in making the movie in the first place, which was the world needs love and forgiveness in such a huge way. It's not about who's right anymore. It's got to be about it stopping and having heroes who are strong enough to be loving and forgiving and beautiful and kind. And not that there aren't lots of them, but it's what Wonder Woman in particular stands for, is being like loving and amazing and incredible at the same time. And so, like, I couldn't believe in the message of it more, where I'm like, that's right, be a hero, but be like a beautiful, kind, loving person who's fighting for the right thing always, and even has the ability to be forgiving and move forward because you are a loving character. That's
Chris, you narrowly beat me out for the part of Steve Trevor. Not funny, not a laugh line at all, something that's highly plausible. Tell us about Steve Trevor.
I saw your audition tape, it was pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't that pretty good? I should never have taken off
Our hair match.
That's where I lost.
Decent height.
Steve Trevor, yeah, I think it's a pretty simple and wonderful dynamic, really. I mean, with Diana Prince, you have someone who's kind of a newbie, neophyte to the world of men, who has great hope for humanity, and you have Steve Trevor, who lives right in the heart of darkness in the world of men, and who has seen the awful depths and depravity which mankind is capable of exhibiting. And from that kind of hopeless state, from that very hopeful state, these two meet and they learn a little bit, about each other in the world. She, the kind of jaded reality, what it means to be a human in real life, and for Steve Trevor, a man who's lost all kinds of hope in wartime, to learn a bit more about hope and the potential positive future of mankind.
All right, and Connie, and this is a question for Connie and Gal as well. You two had to do a lot of training to fight in this film, and a lot of action, and you had to use swords. I mean, tell us, how difficult was that? How much training was involved? Did you enjoy that aspect of the job?
I absolutely felt so privileged to be doing this 6 hours a day, 2 hours of weight training, 2 hours of riding, and 2 hours of sword training. There was a lot of people in my neighborhood who realized that I was doing sword training because, you know, we had to do it outside. I couldn't do it inside my house. It was just not good for my furniture. And I'm standing outside with my trainer and I'm getting into these incredible poses, warrior poses. And there is a guy who is up in one of the one of the big sort of like electrical, what are they called?
For like telephone lines?
Yes,
The telephone line things? That's the technical term.
And he's sitting up there and he's repairing it, and all of a sudden he turns and he sees me and the trainer, and he literally almost falls out of that little box up there. And I said, maybe we should take this indoors after all. It was a fantastic.
So you almost killed the man. That's very good. All right, I think we want to get to some questions from the audience. I was told we have some audience Q&A. Yes, right over here. I see a light, and I see a gentleman and a microphone.
Patty 1, take a bow. Gal, if I'm saying this right, Toda, for responding to us on Twitter, and for last year in this exact same hall for standing up for that young kid whose friends made fun of him for wearing a Wonder Woman t-shirt. I thought was very proud of you. So the question is, Patty, I'll let you answer. Do you fly or do we get the plane?
Well, we cannot talk, although they have released that the Invisible Jet is not in this movie, but it might be in the future. And, you know, and no, there's a lot of exciting things, but it takes place in such an early period that it wouldn't have been, I don't think it would have been the jet we want.
Also, if it were there, you wouldn't know it. I think we have time for just one more question. We only have time for 2 questions. Yeah, sorry, that's what they're telling me. This is not my show. I have no power here. Hello.
Hi, my name is Sky, and my question is for Gal. How do you prepare for your role, and can you show me your best Wonder Woman pose?
Well, Sky, thank you for asking. Thankfully, I have the best team to work with me. Patsy, I couldn't ask for a better director to direct me in this movie. It's been such an amazing experience. She's my new sister. We've been working on this movie for 6 months, and we've been shooting 6 days a week, every week. And on our one day off, we were like, so do you have plans for the weekend? Should we do something together? So, no, but yeah. But what I'm trying to say is I did a lot of work. I did a lot of physical work, and I did a lot of research on the character. And for me, the most important thing was really to portray this character in a way that everyone can relate to. Not only girls, not only boys, but men and women as well. Because she has such a beautiful universal story. And being able to work with such a fantastic cast members, it's been a blast, and I couldn't ask for more. Now, for the pose. I don't have my bracelets with me right now, so I hope nothing's gonna happen, but I guess that this one would be the one.
Well, that works for me. Thank you to the cast. And thank you so much. The movie hits theaters June 2nd, 2017. Everyone clearly looking forward to it. One guy shouting out, but no one can really hear him.